We're back with another episode of Franchise My Business, the podcast for franchisors, hosted by franchisors. I'm your host, Kevin Oldham, and we're going to talk about ways that you can structure your initial franchise fee and your royalties. There's kind of two schools of thought, and let's kind of break this apart on initial franchise fees. The way that I think about initial franchise fees in franchise systems that I've been involved with is it's kind of a cost recovery mechanism. So let's use my smoothie shop, the Smoothie Shop and Supplements franchise based here out of Kansas City. So our initial franchise fee is $25,000. That $25,000 is more of a value exchange. It represents the cost structure and the overall kind of system, right? To get somebody on board and trained and fully operating their own smoothie shop location. Okay. So there's a ton of things that we have to do as a franchisor when somebody determines that they're going to buy a franchise and we've awarded them that opportunity. There is the onboarding process. We have to do the legal component of the contract, okay? The franchise agreement. We have to help them with site selection. We have to guide them through the build-out process, get them onboarded with all of our suppliers, get all of their technology installed into their business, get them trained. And all of these things take time, and that time represents money. And that's a lot of times what the initial franchise fee is supposed to represent. The upside, kind of how we get our incentives, the way that I've always thought about them is that is what the royalty is for, because your royalties go up as your franchise locations start to increase their sales, and you get to ride along with them and benefit from the upside that they're able to create in their local market. So kind of the way that I think about things is the initial franchise fee as a cost recovery. Now, the other school of thought is that there should be some profit in there. And I don't disagree with that at all. As you start to grow your business, that initial franchise fee will become more and more profitable for you. You will become kind of a well-oiled machine when it comes to onboarding your franchisees. And that's where you can start, looking at some of that IFF initial franchise fee as profit. But the majority of franchisors will look at the royalty stream as their main source of cash flow. Okay. Now, there are a couple other ways that franchises can make money, and I want to talk about those real quickly. One of which is rebates. So if you think about the things that your franchisees need to operate their business, let's use the smoothie shop again. We've got machinery. We have food products. We have cups, straws, like paper products and things like that. And there are opportunities that if you wanted to go and talk to those suppliers, that you can structure rebates on things that your franchisees are required to purchase. Another common thing I'll see is like decorated apparel. So hats, shirts, things like that. At my last company, I can't remember if we had a rebate or not. I don't think that we did. Or it might be like a revenue sharing. But you might have an online store where people are able to go get apparel that has the brand on it. That's another place that you might see some profit participation. Okay. Really, those are the big ones. It comes from initial franchise fee, your royalties, and sometimes you may have rebates. There's other ways that cash is received as a result of the relationship, but those are like the three big buckets. So the big things that you want to think about when you're structuring your franchise fee and your royalty is to kind of look at what you want your market position to be. If you're a, luxury position brand, I think that you can offer a higher initial franchise fee. Okay. If you are a high volume brand, may make sense to have a reduced royalty. If you've got a ton of revenue coming through it, really the cool thing is you're in the driver's seat. You get to sit down and determine what your initial franchise fee is going to be. That is the fee for letting somebody use your brand. You get to determine what the royalty is. That's the fee for the ongoing fee for them continuing to use your brand after their store is up and running or after their franchise is up and running. Look at what your competitors are doing. You know, in the smoothie business, we've got a ton of competitors and we've priced ourselves a little bit below where they are. Frankly, because there's a lot of national and global brand recognition with the other companies that we have not been able to, that we're not able to offer our franchise operators. Okay. So those are things to think about. There's not one size fits all, but I would encourage you to spend a lot of time on it in the formative stages, because once you get it locked in, you definitely, don't want to have multiple people out there with different royalties and things like that. Franchisees will talk. We do see adjustments in the initial franchise fee, tends to go up over time. We've done that in our smoothie shop franchise and pretty much every franchise I've been involved in. Keep in mind, out of all of this, it's your business. You get to determine everything. And then once you lay out the plans, just like you've built your prototype and you've built your business, be very, very comfortable with the pricing model that you've gone to market with. And if you determine that, if you get feedback from franchisees or prospective franchisees that your model is off, then make changes. But otherwise, make a plan, stick to it, scale your franchise, and have fun. Until next time, I'm your host, Kevin Oldham, and I have two asks. One, if you found some value in this episode and you know somebody who may benefit from hearing it, please text this episode to them right now. And my second ask is, if you like what we're doing at Franchise My Business, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Until next time, I hope you have a phenomenal week.